Hey guys, it's the Nexo Ninja here today with the LEGO Ninjago Legacy Set Cole's Earth Driller. Now let's start this review off by actually taking a look at the box. As you can see, you got the picture of the set, and I don't know if you noticed, but in the background you got a picture of Garmadon's fortress, which is nice on the Dark Island, and you got featured in Season 2. On the side, I like what they're doing on the side of the box is now putting a picture the ninja, in this case Cole, because it's kind of his Earth Driller. So yeah, got some pictures from the episodes that the vehicle was featured in. The play features right there. Now let's actually take a look at the minifigures. First of all, we have Cole, and I'm really actually a big fan of the Season 10 minifigures. I really like the design of them. The new mask really works with the suit design. It's sort of like a classy suit, like nothing really fancy is going on, and I sort of like that, how they each have a dragon on it, which looks pretty cool, and then you got the back piece there with Cole's symbol. I think that was that Tournament of Elements or Possession, they started to do the unique symbol to the character, which is kind of neat. We got the black and brown color scheme for Cole, which looks pretty nice, and now we have his different facial expressions, being his sort of angry one, and a sort of like happy and like I got this type of face. Now, Cole's weapon is the Scythe of Quakes, which I really start to like the dragon pieces that they're doing for the weapons now. But the one thing I find is comparing it to the original Scythe of Quakes, I don't really like the design change, which I find it weird that they changed the Scythe, because they didn't change any of the other weapons. Well, you may disagree that they changed the nunchucks because they added both of the dragon pieces, but in the show it still looked the same, and I wouldn't mind if they changed the scythe just in the sets but left it the same in the show. But they did change it in the show, and I don't really like the design change. I'm a big fan of the classic scythe, and I found it weird how they just changed the scythe design, but that's just a fan's nitpick. Now let's actually get back to the review. Next up we have Kai, which is a nice color scheme between the light red and the dark red. We sort of have, when I see this Kai, it sort of reminds me of the Season 1 Kai. I don't know why, maybe just because the way it looks, if you sort of take away the dragon there, it kind of has this similar design. But hey, maybe that's just me. Of course, you got Kai's symbol on the back there, and then you have an angry expression and a happy expression. Next up, we have a Stone Army Warrior right here, which is a pretty standard design for a Stone Army Warrior. And now let's compare it to the original model from Season 2. And I know there's a few things wrong with this one, like his face is blue instead of the red face, but I couldn't find any red faces for my Stone Army Warriors, so kind of had to improvise. But as you can see, it's kind of similar, kind of different. The armor plate on the center of the minifigure is different. There's a bit more added to the legs. Of course, the face is different. Also, the piece attached to the helmet is different as well. And now for the back has an armor plate for this one. If I'd have to pick a favorite, I'd actually consider the new ones, believe it or not. They just seem to be more of a warrior aspect with the armor and everything, so yeah. Next up, we have the Stone Army Scout, which I think is weird. I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but I believe the little Stone Army Warriors, aren't they called Stone Army Scouts? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong there, but as you can see, he has a yellow face expression, which is weird because the little Stone Army ones that came in the original Season 2 sets had the yellow faces, and the tall Stone Army Warriors with the hats, like I don't know what kind of hats you call this one. I'm going to say flat hats. The flat hats actually had blue faces, so yeah. As you can see, his chest plate is very similar. Chest piece is very similar to the other Stone Warrior. I think the only difference is the place covering his neck and the hat and the face. But now let's grab the ones from Day of the Departed and the original season. As you can see, there are pretty big differences. Like, I don't know, this one, I feel like this one stays, the Day of the Departed one stays a bit more true to the original model. It actually looks very similar, but you can see that centerpiece is a bit bigger there, and there's a bit more detail to the leggings. And then the Legacy one seems to be taking entirely a different design, which is weird considering the Legacy's the 10th anniversary, and you think they'd want to get as close as they can to the original designs. But I don't know. I'd say my favorite one. I don't know why, but it's the original. It really stands out to me over the rest of them. So yeah. Next up, we have a giant stone warrior build, which is actually a really nice and interesting part of the set. I really like how it actually looks. I think it's supposed to be the one that, I don't know if it has a specific name, but the one that's trapped in Ninjago City, Cryptarium Prison, what was it Skybound? The one where the giant stone army warrior is trapped in the prison? I think it's Skybound. I might be wrong though. But the build's really nice. Let's grab the smaller one for comparison. As you can see, the stickers at the bottom there resemble that facing, and he's got, of course, the belt piece there, sort of resembles the belt thing, and then the armor place. So the design's pretty, close to the minifigure thing, at least as close as a build can get. And of course, you got the forearms, which is nice, and the two big katanas that he's got in his hands as well. And as you can see, the face is different. I don't know. They always are changing the Stone Army's face colors, it's really confusing to me. But hey, that doesn't matter. And they're even changing the helmet design. Like that part right there is black, and that one is red. But it's really, really done well nicely. Like the mask part, as you can see, they use bat wings for it, and then the part right there, the back of the figure, is also really interesting. I like what they sort of did with the helmet there, really nice, but otherwise there's nothing really important for the back. And yeah, you can move his legs, his arms, and the head around, which is a really nice touch to it. Overall, it's a really solid build, sorry. Next up, the main part of the set. Probably the only reason you clicked on this video was to hear me talk about this specific build. I gotta say, I own the original set, and I gotta say, this one is way more show accurate. But if you want to go with a good model, I'd still recommend this one. It's really nice. The drill is longer than the original one was. Got new pieces on the side there, and it is just longer in general. And see if I can actually get the box to show an actual picture from the episode. So that's what it looks like in the episode, and you can see it's pretty accurate right there. The side is pretty accurate with the sort of rocky thing to the side, and yeah. I also like the new, I don't know if these are new, but the new pieces they used for the back tires are pretty nice. And as you can see in the episode, I think, was it 8 people they could, maybe 6 to 8 people they could fit up in the Earth Driller. And you can actually fit up to 2 people now, which is a lot nicer than the original one that could only fit up to 1 person. You got some stickers there, some control panels, and the control panel in the center there. Of course, you got some flick missiles, which you hit the button and those things go flying off. I say this in every one of my reviews, but if you want a more in-depth review, I don't recommend my own reviews, because this is sort of just my opinion on the sets. But overall, in Canadian cash, I paid $50 for this set, and it's definitely got to say, it's worth it. The build is accurate to the show's model. The minifigure selection is nice, and you overall get a great build. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. After this video, you'll probably see a review up for Kai's Blade Cycle and Zane's Snowmobile, the new ones for Legacy. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye.